Blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Got some real estate inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Touchdown! Anthony Schwartz, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game. Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 7-7, our score after 1. On second down, McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Here's Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position. To actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They go play action now. Jackson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And now off to the races down the right side. 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. Touchdown. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think
and the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. To try again after the sack, Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. He'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Browns! A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Browns 21, Panthers 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Jackson's throw is caught here by Anderson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Jackson from the shotgun. Escaping the pressure right. First down and more for Jackson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from...
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Flushed out right. Now he'll go deep down the middle. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Play action. It's Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going for it all. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Browns are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Eluding the pressure right. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And he's got this down to the 35. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. To throw again is Jackson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Richard, the running back. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard, maybe a touch less. Final play of the half here, it's Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play that time for Cleveland. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Flush to his right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Crunch time, defense.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Anthony Schwartz there to make the grab. And the Browns are pouring it on. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off with great anticipation. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Detroit Pride that time gets the tackle. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, 25's the mic. We're going 25's the mic. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
He's going to try and do this himself. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. They'll drop to throw. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And his kick is indeed good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Play action. Now Jackson. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And that is incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
On 2nd and 10, Jackson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the Browns are able to cover this one up. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Their mobile, agile quarterback, 48 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that will extend this big lead.
Panthers 17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their...
There he goes, right side. He's at the 30. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Jackson now. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now it's Jackson. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They go play action with Jackson. Steps away to it. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, Even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
And he's going to have a Browns first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line. On that last carry, he just passed LaDainian Tomlinson, Charles, on the all-time NFL rushing list.
And congratulations to him, and I'm sure LT would probably applaud him as well. But he'd also ask him, as well as you carried it, could you throw it like I could too?
LT, though, finished his career at 13,684, and now he's soaring past that. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. A beautiful fake. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Looking deep downfield, and this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
17.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Jackson on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Come on, QB, come on. Mike 9. Hey, we gotta get to 9. Mike over there. Cut. Mike 9.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 30. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Off the option, here's Henry. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Off the option, here's Henry. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Derrick Henry, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead.
66. 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He's going to let it go again. And my goodness, another interception. Snags it for the pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Off the option, here's Henry. And he's brought down. 82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Derrick Henry. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
73. Panthers 17.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership will.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Yeah, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8. Off the option, here's Henry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. He'll look to throw. Being chased out and eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Brian Burns with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. And his kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The Panthers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Jackson. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this one is incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Dancing to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Off the option, here's Henry. Evades him at the 20. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
106 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Off the option, here's Henry.
And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skills showing the power, but just not much room to operate. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Off the option, here's Henry.
And some strong running, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Off the option, here's Henry.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. They'll roll him out right. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, chance, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 49-yard line.
They go play action now. Jackson. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And the Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. And Jackson throwing once more. Buying time to his left. He's going to find a man here. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. One last shot for Jackson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be caught. So in effect, the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. The Panther offense staying put. They'll go for 2. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that's caught for the additional 2 points. It'll only matter to the final scoreline, and that is the final act of this game. Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in the end zone, got a 2-point conversion as well. I don't know, though. In the end, you still lost the football game.
You still lost the game, but maybe they were just capitalizing on the flurry at the end, right? You scored the touchdown, keep the momentum going, go for 2. Maybe they're working on something for down the road. As you said, it doesn't matter. You lose the game, but you finish with a touchdown and a successful 2-point conversion.
Some sort of a building block.
Yeah, something.
So for the Browns, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers.